اينشتاين بيقول التعليم مفهوش ملل، حط نفسك مكاني هتفقد الامل. ملينا المدرسه ونظام صب وكب، شرح طول الوقت عمل لنا دروب. يا استاذنا عقلي مش سبونج بوب، يشرب المعلومه وبعديها يكب. هنا في نوسكول طلعنا من الدروب، لعب مرح تفاعلات هتعجبك يا بوب.
نوسكول أكاديمي. Simply learn different.
Hello everyone, welcome to my class. I'm Miss Nihal with you from Nowschool Academy. Today we're going to have a grammar session. So let's start our session and see what's going to be happening in it. Okay, our objectives for today, but before saying the objectives, please get all your tools and be prepared and separate yourself from any kind of distraction. The tools that we're going to need are sticky notes, copybooks, pens and pencils, dictionary, your school book, and a laptop or mobile or any kind of technological device that you're gonna scan the QR codes from it to play the games, if you remember. So now it's the time for the learning objectives. The learning objectives of today are, by the end of the session, please help me to be perfect in analyzing a text containing a present perfect simple tense and the present perfect continuous tense. You're gonna be able to differentiate between the various keywords. And you're going to express actions using both target tenses. Again, what are they? Let me hear from you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the present perfect simple tense and the present perfect continuous tense. So let's get started. The keywords of today, again and again. I mean by the keywords that you're gonna hear and listen through the whole session, okay? Present perfect simple tense, present perfect continuous tense, past participle form, and we're going to know what it is, okay? Okay, so before anything also, and before getting started seriously, please pause the video and go and play this game. Come back to me very quickly. I'm staying here waiting for you. Hello, are you there? Guys, where are you? Can you come to me very quickly, please? Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're superstars. Your scores were tremendous and outstanding. You're excellent, boys and girls. So let's get started our session. First of all, we're going to talk about the present perfect simple tense. So what is the present perfect simple tense? First of all, we're going to discuss the uses of it. When do we use such tense? The first usage of the present perfect simple tense is to express past actions that are continuous, or actually they're still important or true till now, okay? So again, we use this tense to express actions in the past, and these actions are still continuing or still continuous till now. They're still important, they're still true. And you have examples to emphasize this or to make it more clearer, okay? The example here, can you read with me please, dear guys? Yeah, I've been a teacher for more than 12 years. Yeah, great. And you have another examples, of course. You have a lot of examples as usual. So I'm going just to pick the most important ones of them, and you're gonna complete with yourselves, okay? The next usage for the present perfect simple tense is to express past actions also, but it may be finished at indefinite time. So the time is not specified. We call this past experiences, okay? We call this usage past experiences, okay? So again, it expresses actions that happened in the past, but at an indefinite time. So they are called experiences. The time is unspecified. The time is not known. Okay? For example, I've been to Australia. It's a past experience. I didn't mention when exactly. The third usage is when you talk about past actions also, but these actions still connected to the present. The actions happened in the past, but still connected to the present. Oh no, I've hurt or I've cut my finger. So it's still connected to the present. The cut is here till now, okay? Also, the fourth usage is to express actions just finished at the time of speaking. I've just read or finished reading Harry Potter. Okay, I've just finished my homework. So just means at the moment of speaking, right now. Okay. The fifth usage is also, I let you remember that we are talking about what? Let me hear from you as well. Yeah, the present perfect simple tense. So let's see the fifth usage of this tense together. Look at the screen with me, please. The fifth usage is for repeated past actions. When you repeat a certain actions for more than once, so we use what? The present perfect simple tense. For example, I've watched this film 3 times before. Okay, so this is the fifth action. Or the fifth usage, sorry. The sixth one for the present perfect simple tense, the sixth usage is when you express certain things using the superlatives. For example, the most beautiful or ordinal numbers, the first, the second, the third. So with this form, we use the present perfect simple tense. For example, oh no, this is the most beautiful flower I've ever seen. Have ever seen, okay? Also, this is the first time she has given a speech, and so on, okay? So again, we have how many uses for the present perfect simple tense? 6 uses. Of course, you can pause the video now and replay it from the beginning. You have the option or the freedom to repeat everything whenever you want and wherever you want. And this one great advantage of our academy, okay? So again, revise them as much as you can, but let's move now to the next point. We talked about the uses, so let's talk more about the form. How do we make the present perfect simple tense? What's the shape or the form of the verb in such tense? The form of such tense simply contains has and have and the past participle, or what we call the PP, okay? And we are going to talk more about this after a few seconds. But let's talk about what takes or what take has and what takes have. Of course, has comes with he, she, and it. I, we, you, they take what? Have. Then there is a short form for this. If you're gonna contract or make it in a short form, so has is going to be apostrophe s and have is going to be apostrophe ve. Clear? Okay, then after that, we put the PP or the past participle. You have a blue table here in front of you, contains a lot of examples. You can read them clearly and every single word in them, okay? Then, let's see, that was the affirmative form. So what about the negative form? The negative form, of course, the only change that we do here is put hasn't or has not instead of has, and put haven't or have not instead of have. But keep the PP or the past participle form of the verb as it is. So that's the negative form of the present perfect simple tense. The question or the interrogative form. Here we make altering. So just start, if the question is a yes or no question, start it with has or have at the very beginning, then the subject, then the PP of the verb, okay? And don't forget to put what? The question mark, right? Then we have another type of questions, which are the information questions. I mean by this, the questions that we use with them question words. So here comes the question word at the very beginning, and then has or have, and then the subject, PP, and don't forget to put also the question mark. That was the form of the present perfect simple tense. You have the tables with the examples. You can read them in detail, okay? Okay, let's move to the past participle and talk more about it. The past participle is a form of verb, okay? So the verb, any verb, has 3 forms: the infinitive form, the past simple form, and the PP or the past participle form, okay? So that's the 3rd form of any verb. The 2 types of the past participle form are that of the regular verbs and another one for the irregular verbs. First of all, the regular verbs. It's very easy because it's equal to the past simple form, okay? For example, the verb play. The infinitive form of the verb is play. What's the past simple from play? Yeah, great, played. The PP also is the same. So for the regular verbs, the past simple form and the past participle form are the same, okay? For the irregular verbs, it's going to be changed. For example, win, won, won. Read, read, read. It's written the same, but the pronunciation, you pronunciate it differently, okay? Also here, run, ran, run, okay? And so on. We have a lot of this. And of course, you have tables in the grammar books that discusses this more. You have a lot of irregular verbs to be studied, and you should study the PP of them, okay? Here comes what? Here comes the key words of the tense. The key words of any tense is the most important part of it, because I consider the key words as soldiers, as the team of the tense. Okay, again, the key words of the present perfect simple tense, or the first one is just. We use just, that means at the time of speaking. The action has finished at the time, at the moment of speaking, okay? So this is just, okay? For example, they have just left. You have two examples. I've just read one of it, okay? One of them. The next one is already. Already means before that, or before now. Already is an adverb that means before now. It means that a certain action happened earlier than we expected, okay? Okay, it's always put, or the placement of it in a sentence is between the has and have and the main verb, okay? So we put it after the helping verb, which is has and have, and before the main verb. I've already finished my homework. This is the example. Do you want a cup of coffee? No, thanks. I've already had one. And so on. Okay? So this was already. The third key word is, yet. And yet means not before now. It's an adverb as well. And it means not before now. Actually, it comes at the very ending at any sentence. Okay? At the end of a sentence. It comes at the end, not between anything. It means that something that we expected to happen, but it hasn't happened till now, okay? For example, have you finished your homework yet? No, I haven't finished my homework yet. It comes almost with negative and question forms. It comes only with negative and question forms. This is yet. Here is one tip that says with just, already, and yet, we use them in the present perfect simple tense to express experiences, to talk about past experiences, actions that already happened in the past, okay? Another one, which is never. Never means not at any time before now, not at any time including now, okay? It's usually also placed between the helping verb and the main verb. Okay, I've never eaten raw fish. I've never eaten sushi, for example. The opposite of never is ever. Yeah, at any time before now. At any time means before that. For throughout your whole life. You see? Okay. It's used only and almost in the question forms and the superlative forms. For example, have you ever eaten insects? Have you ever had an accident? Have you ever ridden a horse? This is for the question. And if you remember the superlative form that I've just talked about it in the usages, this is the most beautiful flower I've ever seen. Do you remember this? I've just said it from a while. This is a superlative form, so we put whatever. Again, I repeat it. It's the most beautiful flower I've ever seen. Okay? Means I didn't see such beautiful flower before this, okay? Then another tip that we use ever and never when we talk about experiences. Okay, here we have another word before. Before means something happened before this, behind the present, okay? I've been to Las Vegas before. We have another words, but I don't consider them key words. But when they come, we preferably use the present perfect simple tense. They are several times, a lot of times, a few times. You can see this a couple of times. So they are also used to express what? Present perfect simple tense, okay? We have here the pillars of the key words, which are since and for. Of course, you've heard them a lot and a lot all over your life from the beginning of introducing this tense, okay? Since and for. Since and for almost come with them a time expression, after them a time expression. So let's start with since. Since expresses when exactly the action started. For example, since yesterday, since 1990, since last week, last Monday, since I was at school, since I met you, since the party finished, okay?
ولأن شرب المية بيساعد على التركيز، دوس بوز وروح اشرب مية وتعال بسرعة، ما تتأخرش.
Have an exercise that emphasizes on the usage or differentiating between since and for. So just take care about what's next, what comes next. If it is a month or o'clock, just use since. If it is an open period of time, a number, as I told you, this secret tip. So it's gonna be for. So pause the video, think it over, answer it in a kind of notebook or anything, any paper or something like that. And then I will return back to you to discuss it with you and check the answers. Okay, have you finished? Okay, let's check the work together. Here are the model answers for such exercise. So please correct for yourselves and give yourself marks, please. Okay, awesome. You are the best. Thank you so much for answering in such awesome way and excellent way. So what do you think? What? Okay, the second part. Wait, we have more. The second part of our session today is the present perfect continuous tense. We talked about the present perfect simple tense, so let's talk about the present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous also has its own usages. So let's see the first use of the present perfect continuous tense. We use the present perfect continuous tense about actions started in the past but still in progress, still going on, because whenever you hear the word continuous, so this emphasizes the duration of the action, emphasizes the continuity of the action. The action means it's going on, okay? Here also the second use of the present perfect continuous tense, actions started in the past and repeated so many times in the past, but actually comes with certain keywords that makes it so clear for you to go to the present perfect continuous tense and forgot about the present perfect simple. What are these words? All, long, and recently. Okay, so when you see such words, the most preferable tense here regarding the perfect tense or the present perfect is the continuous, not the simple. Here is an example to make it clear for you. I've not been sleeping well recently. Okay, another example. It has been raining on and off all day. So we have the word all. So here, it has been raining. It has been raining, not it has rained. It's continuous. Let's move on to the third use of the present perfect continuous tense, which is for continuous actions that had a certain effect, a certain result, and the result is related to the present. For example, one is talking to another, or a mommy is talking to her son, telling him, "Take off your shoes, they are filthy." So the boy answered, "Yeah, I know. I've been walking all day. I've been walking for a long time. I've been walking in the rainy street for 3 hours." Anything that gives the effect or the action of the effect or the result of what we have seen now, okay? So this is what I mean by effect. Your eyes are red, you've been crying all the time or a long time. Let's move on to the form of the present perfect continuous tense. Actually, the form is has and have based on the subject pronoun before them. And then we have been. Been is fixed with us all the time. So this is one super bonus gift for you because you don't have to think about the past participle. Been is the PP or the past participle for this tense, the present perfect continuous, and then the verb and ing. So all what you're asked for is to put or to add the ing to the verb, and the PP is been fixed with us. In the negative, hasn't or haven't plus been plus ing, and in the question we make cross, and don't forget to put a question mark at the end of the question. About the key words, we have here since and for, but actually forget about any stative verb in the present perfect continuous tense because stative verbs don't take ing, and the perfect continuous must have an ing. Of course, we use the action verbs with since and for. As I told you, all, recently, long, how long, all of these are the key words for the present perfect continuous tense. Here we have some examples. How long has she been crying? How long has she been crying? I've been working out lately. I've been working out lately. Okay, where are you? Why are you so silent? Where are you? Can you come here? Okay. Why? Why are you doing this? No, don't cry. Don't cry. Amra Adib is telling or is saying to you, don't cry. Okay, I know that you need some rest, so please pause the video now. Go and do this quiz and return back to me so quickly. Hurry up, please. Excellent, super students, my great and perfect students, boys and girls. Okay, here we have another differentiation between both tenses because I just now separate them in explanation. I've just explained the perfect simple separately from the perfect continuous, but in the exam they are coming mingled or mixed together. So what's the difference? The very main difference here is when you are talking about a stative verb, stick to the present perfect simple. But when you're talking about an action verb or an action that takes a long time or a definite time or the word long or all these indications that goes to the continuous form, of course, go to the present perfect continuous form. So simply, this is going to be the main difference between both tenses and when to decide which one of them, okay? What do I mean by this? I mean that how long, since, and for can come with both tenses, but it's preferable to use the continuous with the shorter and temporary and more temporary actions. For example, I've lived here or I've been living here, okay? Both are right. But notice this example, I've stayed in a hotel for 3 weeks or I've been staying. Of course, it's a temporary action. It's shorter than living in a place. Staying in a hotel is a temporary action. So it's preferable to say I've been staying in a hotel and so on. You have more examples to make it clear, okay? Here comes the difference between the stative verb and the action verb I've just told you. Just read what's on the screen. I've explained everything to you. Just read the explanation in the theoretical way, okay? One major difference here between both tenses is what I've just told you. The difference between the simple is that the simple focuses on the results, the completion of the action, whereas the continuous focuses on the duration, the continuation, the progression, means the action is in going or ongoing, continuous, okay? For example, we've painted the kitchen. Of course, painted here is over, it's finished. We've been painting the kitchen. We are still painting it, and so on, okay? This is what I mean by the progression and completion. Another example to make it clear, here is a man repairing the car while repairing and after repairing. So just read the examples to make it clear for you. While repairing, we are going to express it using the present perfect continuous, and after repairing, the present perfect simple. And as you can see, the man is happy because he has already repaired his car, okay? Also, another difference between the simple and continuous, the question word how long and how often and how many. Of course, how many comes with the perfect simple tense. How long is preferable to be used with the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, here, raise your grammar and test yourself. You have many examples, a lot of examples to focus on the rule till you become perfect in it. But here are some confusing statements or some confusing examples, because in some way you got confused between some keywords and you don't know whether to decide on the, or to make the decision on the simple or continuous. Don't be confused with this. I've broken my leg, or I've been breaking my leg. Of course, no one is breaking his leg and continuing on this. So I've broken my leg. It's better to be in the simple form. I've been knowing, I've been seeing, I've been understanding, loving. All of these are wrong because these are stative verbs. So please get right, or get the right way to decide about the tense. Note that some verbs are common between both tenses without any change in meaning. Just the form or the shape or the tense, the difference is in the spelling of the form, not in the meaning. The verb live, the verb work, the verb learn, and the verb teach. All of them can come with both the simple and the continuous. I can say I've lived here, I've been living here. I've worked here, I've been working here. I've taught English, I've been teaching English. Everything and both tenses are common and right without any slight difference and change between all of them. Okay, so here comes the final quiz of this session. Please pause the video, go now to scan the QR code, but make sure that you got all the points. Revise again. You can pause and replay the video once more to get the missing points if you have or feel yourself not confident to do the quiz. And after this, pause the video or go down to the link below, scan the QR code, do this quiz, and come back to me very quickly. I'm just waiting for you here. Good luck, guys. Well, where are you guys? Can you come to me? Best guys? Okay. Let's remember what we have discussed today in this session. We talked about the present perfect simple tense and the present perfect continuous tense. We talked about the uses of both tenses. With shorter action or temporary action, we prefer the continuous. With the stative verbs, we prefer the simple. With action verbs and long actions, we prefer the continuous, and so on. So that's the part regarding the use. And about the keywords, we said that some keywords are common, but it's preferable to be with the continuous, like since, for, and how long, if we are talking about action verbs, or if we have a certain effect or certain evidence or something that we see now based on the started action from before. Okay, like the filthy shoes and walking a lot and so on. Red eyes cause of crying a lot and so on. Okay, and we go to the difference between how many and how long. How many with the present perfect simple and how long with the present perfect continuous. Also all and long only for the present perfect continuous. For the form, we have has and have plus pp in the present perfect simple, has and have plus been plus verb plus ing in the present perfect continuous. And it's much easier from my viewpoint because you don't have to think about what is the past participle of the verb. For the homework, please check the attached file to know what is the homework for you. And for the next session, please be prepared with these words because we're going to have a new unit, a new vocabulary unit. So please be prepared with these units to become super perfect with me. Just repeat after me the pronunciation now. I'm not going to discuss any kind of details regarding this, just the pronunciation, and you're gonna look up them in a dictionary on the net or even in your school book. The first word that we had today is headache. Headache, just focus on the pronunciation. Headache, toothache, toothache, leeches, leeches, century, century, antiseptics, antiseptics, and kidding, kidding. Search for them to know the meaning, okay? For the moral value and the ethical value for this session, we're gonna talk about فضل الصلاة على النبي as Allah urges us to mention and to repeat mentioning Prophet Muhammad in every single step in our day. So please do this and follow this in your everyday life and every single step of your life. Because if you want something, Allah says that your needs and wants can be achieved easily if you pray and mention Prophet Muhammad many times in your day. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Also we have here a Quranic verse that says إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صدق الله العظيم. And here we come to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. I actually enjoyed my time so much with you. Till we meet again in the next video, be prepared and wait for me. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
نتمنى من كل قلبنا الحصة تكون عجبتك، وبنقول لك ما تنساش تحل الكويز اللي في المصادر، وكمان تقيم الحصة تحت في التعليقات. منتظرينك في اللايف في حفظ الله.